I've just spent time with an agent that is just not finding success. And when I really boiled it down, what it came down to is they were making mistakes that just was killing their opportunity for growth. Today I want to share with you the 5 mistakes I most commonly see agents make that's keeping them from having the business of their dreams. You know what gives me the most juice every day? It's helping agents find success. After 25 years, me going and personally getting another listing does nothing for me the way that it does when I help somebody figure out how to go get that listing for themselves. One of the toughest things about my job, though, is as I'm coaching agents, is to see them make mistakes consistently over time that just leads to them not being able to build the business they want to build. Today I'm going to share with you a couple things I see in common that agents make mistake-wise that is killing their business. The first one is this: not setting up a systematic approach to staying in contact with their past clients. Listen, your past clients have worked with you. We talk about know, like, and trust all the time, but that's really the trilogy that we need to get to a place where we can do business with people. The folks that you're doing business with, they already know you. Most cases, they already like you, and if they've done a transaction, odds are that they trust you. You've already built that relationship. The biggest mistake I see agents make is after the sale, they just forget the people. They move on to the next transaction. We have a program that we like to do where we just set up these systems where it's just letting them know when things come on the market, go under contract, and are sold in their neighborhood. We want to have a place where we can go where they can get the information they need. We want to make sure that we're adding value consistently over time. When you do those things, all of a sudden now you've built a system that begins to compound your business over time instead of having to go get a new transaction every month to make up for those relationships that you don't have anymore. The second thing I see agents make a mistake is that they don't go on listing tours. And when I say listing tours, I know we just got done with one of ours today. I'm leaving one just recently just to come in to shoot this video. And we had 21 agents there, which is great. But I'm thinking to myself, what are the agents that are out there that don't know what's going on in the market? If you're not out, whether it be listing tours, whether it be open houses, whether it be going previewing properties, if you don't get out and preview the properties and see what's on the market, you don't have the ability to communicate the value to your prospects. You can't say that you've seen the inside of that house. You're just doing it off what's on the MLS. You've got to get to a place where you build your knowledge base, where you become the expert. And what can happen sometimes is these listing tours, open houses, going and previewing properties, it's an easy step that agents can take, but they end up just sitting in the office waiting on the phone to ring instead of getting out, proactively getting the knowledge they need. And typically when you're on a listing tour or you go into somewhere, it cues in your mind somebody that house might fit for. The third mistake I see agents make is they don't make a lasting impression at closing. This is a time when people are excited when they're buying a house, when they're buying an investment property. This is a time when you can really make an impression that will last for a long time. And what do I mean by making a lasting impression? What are you doing for closing gifts? What are you doing that sets it up a few months after the closing where they aren't expecting you to come in and do something? I like what Justin Wilkerson does, where he goes in and he does pressure washing of their house, or he makes sure he can pick their mail up for them, or he does something like that. Just simply stopping by the place a week after closing and shooting a video on your phone and saying, hey, just want to say thanks for doing business with me. I really appreciate that. If I can ever be a resource for you or I can help in any way, just know I'm here. Again, thanks for all your help. You see, when you make a lasting impression, you do something different, you set yourself apart. They're going to sell that house that they just bought from you at some point. Are they going to remember you? The industry statistics say that only 24% of the people remember the agent they worked with that they bought the house from when they get ready to list theirs. Don't make that mistake. Make sure that you're making a lasting impression at the time of closing. The fourth mistake I see agents make is they're on their heels playing defense instead of being on their toes and playing offense. What do I mean by that? I mean that they're not setting aside time to prospect on a daily basis. So they're basically just putting fires out all day, and they're not generating business by having conversations with people. You see, the best agents, what they do is they block certain times during the day, and they make sure that they have a certain number of conversations related to real estate on a daily basis. That consistency begins to compound over time. The biggest mistake I see is that we've got agents that are reactionary rather than being out there and being proactive on building their business. The last and probably the biggest mistake I see agents make is they don't surround themselves with people that are growing. You can come to an office and you can sit and you can talk with people, or you can find a group that's going to help you grow. You can find a coach, a mentor. You can ask top producing agents to go to lunch and just ask them about their business. Most of the time when I see these biggest mistakes is that people are just sitting in an office where everybody's just talking about how bad things are. You see, when you sit around that, when you spend time with those people, you're going to drift towards them. I would encourage you, find a group of people, find an office, find a company where you're around people that are constantly looking and searching for how they can grow. How they can grow physically, mentally, spiritually, in their business, every area of their life. You see, when you focus on growth, growth is going to find you. You can't even get away from it. There's no way you can stop yourself. When you're sitting and you're spending time with people that are growing, you're absolutely going to grow. All right, I didn't really want to make this a negative video, but I want to focus on the positive of this. You see what I see when I see agents that are absolutely killing it in this business, that are crushing their opportunities that they have, because we have to understand we're at a time and place where the economy is great. Prices are escalating. The demand is strong. So we're at a place where this is one of those times when you can really grow your business well. Don't just settle. Don't settle to be around people that aren't growing. Don't settle for just being reactionary. Be proactive in your business. Do the things on a daily basis that you know are going to help grow your business. And I promise you're going to wake up a year from now, because you're going to wake up either way a year from now, and you're going to be proud of what you did. You're going to thank yourself for what you did now, 1 year from now, because your business is going to look better, stronger, and it's going to have the ability to compound over time. I hope this is helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.